What's the difference between a strategy and a goal? It might sound simple, but sometimes leaders confuse the two, and that leads to unclear direction in organizations and teams. What doesn't help is that the word strategy is so overused that it's become a catch-all for goals, plans, and even action steps. But for leaders, distinguishing between goals and strategies is critical. Because when there's confusion, it can lead to detours, distractions, and setbacks, because you're often doing something that actually isn't the best option. If there's no clarity on strategy, sometimes it feels like it's the case of Little Red Riding Hood. In the classic fairy tale, Little Red goes off to visit her grandmother, but there's a setback. The person she thinks is grandma is actually the big bad wolf in disguise. Little Red thinks the whole time she's dealing with the strategy, her grandma, but the reality is that she's looking at a wolf, goals. It's a classic case of mistaken identity. Just like Little Red mixed up grandma with the wolf, sometimes leaders think they're operating with a strategy, but in reality, they're just creating a list of goals. So, what's the difference between a strategy and goals? A goal is a specific outcome or result that you want to achieve. It's typically concrete and measurable, and it answers the what questions, like, what do we want to accomplish? For example, we want to increase our income by 20%, or we want to launch a new initiative this year. On the other hand, strategy is a cohesive approach to achieve an outcome, the how behind your goals. How do we get there? It connects all your efforts, it aligns resources, and it builds on the unique strengths and circumstances of your organization. A strategy is like a necklace of beads. Now, a while back, I put on a necklace, and I'm so talented that I managed to accidentally tangle my necklace into a big knot around my neck. And while I was trying to pry that thing off my neck, instead, I ended up making it more tight, so it was going to choke me. Now, I don't know how I get myself into these messes, but there was no one around to help. So I had no choice but to cut the string, and the beads went everywhere. I felt like I was picking up beads for days. The string kept those beads together, and that's what a strategy does. Each bead is like an individual action, initiative, or decision, and the string ties them all together in an intentional way. Now, without a string, those beads are all over the place. They're disconnected from each other. So like a necklace missing a string, even if you have well-executed actions but no strategy, you can fall short of your goal because there's no coordination or purpose behind what you're doing. The string, your strategy, ensures that everything you're doing connects to the greater vision. A strategy enables every action to align with the overall direction and objectives. Sometimes, leaders present goals as strategies. They might say, our strategy is to increase customer satisfaction and to improve product quality. But those are actually outcomes you want to achieve, not the cohesive actions they'll take to get there. A real strategy involves making intentional choices, using resources wisely, and aligning efforts toward the goal in a way that connects all the actions, which is way more difficult than just generating a random list of goals and actions. A clear strategy connects every action so that every step matters and contributes to the ultimate destination. The magic happens when these elements support each other. Each move connects to the next, and this creates a smooth, intentional path forward. Just like a string of beads connects together into a beautiful necklace. To avoid mistaking goals for strategy, ask yourself these questions. Does this plan answer how we will achieve our goals, not just what we want to achieve? Is there a clear, connected approach that unifies all our actions and resources towards a direction? Are we considering our organization's strengths, challenges, and environment in our plan? And does this approach allow for adaptability if conditions change, or are we just listing tasks? An actual strategy is more than just a list of goals. It's a well thought out journey. It considers the path, the resources needed, potential obstacles, and how to adapt along the way. There's a destination, your goals, but the strategy is the pathway that guides you there. As you work on defining strategy in your organization, remember Little Red Riding Hood. Next time you're setting goals, make sure you have a strategy leading the way, not just a wolf in disguise.